Let's just jump right in. Right now, as you're sitting there, there's a hidden system inside you that is secretly running your entire life. It's a superpower you never even knew you had. And for a lot of us, it's been programmed to work against us, against our own dreams and desires. I mean, really think about that for a second. Every single time you've tried to make a change, to get ahead, to reach for something bigger, and you felt this invisible wall holding you back, that wasn't just your imagination. That was your biology, literally.
And this number, this says it all. 10 to 1. This is the power dynamic inside your own body. For every one measly signal your conscious brain sends down to your body is sending 10 signals back up, basically telling your brain what's what. It's like a biological voting system where your body outvotes your mind every single time.
So what is this thing? What is this powerful, hidden mechanism that's been secretly in charge this whole time?
Well, it's called the vagus nerve, but some people have nicknamed it the God nerve. Not because it's religious or anything, but because its authority over your life is almost absolute. It's this long nerve that connects your brain to your gut, and it's the one that decides, long before you consciously do, whether you feel safe enough to grow and expand, or if it's time to shrink down and just survive. So, how on earth did this internal superpower get its programming? The easiest way to wrap your head around it is with a really simple idea. A thermostat. A thermostat that got installed when you were just a kid. See, this internal thermostat has one main job: to constantly check the temperature of your environment for safety or threat, and then to set your entire system's response. And here's the catch. The setting it uses as its default was calibrated based on what the world felt like to you when you were very, very young. And that calibration changes everything. If you grew up in a home that felt safe and predictable, your little thermostat learned, okay, the world is a safe place. So your superpower's default setting became calm and expansion. But if your childhood was chaotic or scary, your thermostat was basically set in a freezing cold room. It learned the world is dangerous, and its default got stuck on threat and survival. And here's the absolute kicker. Even if you're a grown adult sitting in a perfectly safe home right now, that old thermostat from your childhood is still running the show. It doesn't know you've moved on. It's still taking the temperature from that frozen moment in time and blasting your body with survival signals that just don't match the reality you're in today. Now, you might be thinking this is all just, a neat psychological idea, but it has real, tangible, biological consequences. In fact, some incredible research suggests this might be the hidden difference between people who are wildly successful and everyone else. There was this fascinating 2019 study kind of buried away in scientific journals. They took two groups of people. One group was super wealthy, the other was just average earners, and they put them under the exact same stress while scanning their brains. And what they found was a jaw-dropping biological divide. I mean, look at this. The results are just insane. When the pressure was on, the average folks started to shut down. They moved toward panic and deactivation. But the wealthy individuals, their nervous systems activated. They actually became more focused, calmer, more creative. Same stress, totally opposite biological superpower. And this is the most important part of this whole thing. This response is not genetic. You aren't born with it. It is a learned skill. Having a regulated nervous system, a fine-tuned internal superpower, is a massive biological advantage. It's what lets one person access their best ideas when the chips are down, while another person is just scrambling to survive. Okay, so if it's a learned skill, we can learn it, right? We can finally reprogram this superpower. The thing is, when you try, your body fights you. But here's the good news. That fight is completely predictable. It's like the training montage every hero has to push through to get their powers under control. Your nervous system, you see, loves what's familiar. It doesn't even care if familiar is miserable and stressful. So when you try to introduce a new feeling, like calm, your body freaks out a little. It sees it as an unknown threat and tries to drag you right back to your old, familiar, stressed-out baseline. And this whole fight plays out in a predictable 48-hour cycle. And that first hour, you might feel great, a little relief, some calm, but then the backlash hits. Usually between hours 2 and 12, your old programming fights back hard, and your anxiety might even feel worse. This is the critical point. It's where most people quit. But if you can just hang on, the resistance starts to soften. And somewhere between 24 and 48 hours, your body can actually start to accept this new, calmer feeling as the new normal. I really want you to hear this. This is the moment that matters. That backlash, that surge of anxiety, it isn't failure. It is your nervous system testing the new reality. It's asking, hey, are you sure? Is it really safe to be this calm? For real? Pushing through that test is everything. It's how you reprogram the superpower.
So, how do we pass that test? How do we finally take the controls and start activating this power on our own terms? Well, it all comes down to a few simple, powerful practices that talk directly to that God nerve in a language it understands.
There are 3 easy tools to get started. First, the anchor. Start your day with some slow breathing, where your exhale is twice as long as your inhale, maybe with a little hum, to set a calm baseline for the day. Second, the reset, a quick 30-second splash of cold water on your face or neck. This teaches your system that it can handle a shock and get back to calm quickly. And third, the interrupt. Anytime you feel stress rising, just do a few rounds of a 4-second inhale and a long, slow 8-second exhale. It's like an emergency brake for panic.
Now, these aren't magic tricks. This is training. It's practice. But if you do it consistently, pushing through those 48-hour cycles again and again, you can install Calm and Creative as your new biological default in about 90 days. You can literally make it your new automatic response to life. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Your nervous system is always broadcasting a signal. Always. For a long time, maybe that signal was broadcasting threat and danger and scarcity. But you now have the tools, you have the controls, you have the power to change the broadcast. So the only question is, what reality are you going to create?